Hey everybody, welcome back to Chicago Reacts. My name is Michael. I'm an actor here in the city of Chicago, and I'm joined by the ever brilliant, the always talented, the one, the only, it's
Zach. I'm making sure I'm not nipping through this because it's a little bit chilly.
It's a little chilly.
Zach, also an actor here in the city of Chicago. Guys, we are reacting to a new channel today for us, but I know that Kelsey has reacted to a video for this particular individual. It's Brandon Herrera. And this is the worst internet gun fails. Number 8, the Darwin Awards.
by Brandon Herrera. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what this is. I mean, I'm curious if we're gonna get into like, not necessarily internet historian. I guess internet historian-esque in like going back through like things that have happened, like that have kind of blown up on the internet of like people misusing firearms, or what exactly we're going to get into. I don't really know though.
The Darwin Awards, though, guys, that's always a fun.
But we're gonna dive in. Hey, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything else, and leave a comment if there's anything else you think we should check out. Also, feel free to check out our links in the description down below. I'm still performing with the Drunk Shakespeare Society. Zach has got some fun stuff.
Yeah, I've got a movie up on Tubi still if you haven't checked it out yet. It's called Asbury Park. And just got several projects on its way being released very, very shortly. Hopefully sometime this year. It's a slow world, the film industry. But Michael and I both will have lots of exciting things coming out for. So check out our links. That's where you can get updates on our careers within that industry and that side of things.
With that said, let's jump into it, shall we?
All right. First internet gun fails.
Let's see what's.
Are you ready for secondhand embarrassment?
I got it on camera. I got that bitch on camera.
Yeah.
He almost died. Look at him.
You got that bitch on camera. What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? Welcome back to another episode of the Darwin Awards.
Look at that wall.
One of the most requested series I do, and one of the most hated by the powers that be at YouTube. I'm your host, Brandon Herrera, and as we say on the channel all the time, guns are awesome. Idiots, on the other hand,
is that an RPG? That's an RPG.
Those things together, sometimes
like
you get the winner of a Darwin Award. And Darwin Award should be fairly self-explanatory. It's the fictional award that you get when you remove yourself from the gene pool, particularly from something self-inflicted. Life goes on, and the fittest continue to survive. The real purpose of these videos is to show you guys, I guess, where they went wrong and kind of use it as an opportunity to teach gun safety. My hope being potentially using this platform and entertainment as a way to save lives.
Yeah,
just gotta say, there's no safety when it comes to these bad boys.
Boo.
And make some pretty off-color jokes. So with that in mind, let's move on to our first clip. It appears that Angry is not fucking around anymore.
Oh,
This small gentleman is rocking a very large caliber revolver.
Yeah.
Now he's on the Darwin Awards, so we can predict what's happening next.
Dude, that's like Hellboy's gun.
Oh! Yep.
Oh, that could have been way
strategic
worse.
hand placement of that guy who almost is like guaranteed knows what's going to come next. Thankfully, it looks like nobody was injured. That guy should have had some goggles on or something, man. To go flying out of someone's hands, especially the handgun. People try to catch it. That's how people get shot. Now, we've talked about this in Darwin Awards in the past with those large caliber revolvers where people, they lose control of it a little bit too much. You can actually accidentally pull the trigger again. You're essentially bump firing the revolver on accident. And with the recoil out of control that way, you're not going to like where that revolver is pointing when you get your second or third round off. Hopefully they were following the rule we mentioned in our previous episode of only load one round in the gun if you don't know if the shooter can handle it or not. That way, if they lose control of the gun or it's too much for them, they've only got one round in it, the damage is done. No opportunity for a stray gun to cause problems.
Unless it's fucking leaves a bruise over his entire face.
I'll admit it's a pretty funny clip. Now our next clip is another staple of Darwin Awards. People shooting at explosives way, way, way too fucking close. There's the famous lawnmower guy. Of course, we had FPS Russia on here earlier.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Clip. Pretty sure we've had a tannerite explosion in almost every episode, so I'm not going to disappoint. This video was sent in to me, aptly titled 50 pounds of tannerite far too close. Now, I'm just going to ignore the fact that our targets on the 50-pound tub of tannerite are two mannequin heads.
Why is this fun? Why is
Seek
shooting
therapy,
it,
I beg of you. See, the thing about tannerite is you set it off by shooting it, so you have to be at a distance where you feel comfortable hitting the target. Or you just want to be closer for shits and giggles. Which is where stuff like this happens. Holy shit! And the slow-mo.
Oh my!
Look at that fucking shockwave.
That is insane.
It's kind of high humidity.
I was literally gonna say that the literal shockwave. You see it.
Yeah. Oh, that is
my
bad. That was a bad idea.
God,
that was
dude.
a bad idea. That was a bad idea right there. That was Darwin idea.
Darwin
You
idea.
can see the pressure wave, like the vapor wave.
This is like, man, this makes me nervous. I mean, I think that's the thing. Like, I will say, I think that's what's cool about what he's doing is using these Darwin Awards to like educate people on how to be safe. So if you want to do any sort of sport shooting or anything like that, that you can be safe with it, But I think like you have to know that what you're holding is a weapon designed to kill.
Well, in this case, it's not the weapon. It's more of the decision to shoot at a 50. What was it? What was the measurement of the explosive?
Yeah.
50. What? I don't know. Just the I don't get the adrenaline by shooting at a tub full of explosives. But hey, to each their own. Yeah. That's why Brandon.
If you're gonna do that, make sure that you're not gonna die.
Yeah. This is fucking sick though.
That
like
that shock. It's crazy.
Dude.
I mean, it's like I think explosives. Like, I mean, I love Mythbusters. They blow things up. They create things that could be deadly, but there's always so many levels of precaution.
Right.
And I think like that's what you need to make sure you're doing your due diligence. So yeah. But I'm still like, oh no.
Yeah.
Things are bad.
Causing.
Something bad is going to happen.
What's been explained to me before is that it's so high pressure for that instant that it's turning the water vapor in the air back into water for a moment as it goes out.
That's so...
Yikes. Oh, no.
Now, these young lads ended up being okay, or at least as okay as they were beforehand, probably. But just a little bit closer and they could have started to experience some real issues. That's because the destruction from explosives doesn't just come from shrapnel. The thing that makes the shrapnel that's able to rip shit apart and send it flying really quick is that pressure created by the explosive. It's the gas rapidly expanding outward in such a violent way that it's able to rip through solid objects. Now, to remind you how much tannerite we're dealing with, it's 50 pounds. The individually packaged stuff that they sell in the stores that'll blow up, small shit, that's 1 pound. This is 50 times more powerful than that.
Yeah.
Anything more and you need a federal explosives license. Thankfully, it seems like there's no harm done to these guys, and hopefully they learn that, explosions are pretty fucking cool, but there's no shame in being safe about it. Can't get that cool-ass Instagram post if you fucking die. Now, speaking of being too close to explosives, this next clip I have no context for. In fact, the only version I have is literally a meme. Now, this looks like a soldier somewhere in the Middle East with what appears to be a door-breaching charge. Video's not that great quality. It's really hard to tell what we're actually looking at. I mean, the charge. That is a human soldier. Now let's all watch the slow motion together as to why you probably want to stand off to the side of something like this and not directly in front of it.
Oh god, is the door gonna fly out?
Boom. Oh! That is the definition of a close call. Oh. Holy shit, let's see that again.
Oh, that looks like CGI, doesn't it?
For this to be
slow motion. It looks like a Mission Impossible.
No, I can't help but laugh because the only version of this I have is no shit set to Smash Mouth. In an attempt not to get copyright struck, Delance, can you play like a 1-second snippet of that?
Somebody.
Video's fucking terrifying. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like there's anything solid in there. It seems like it's either some sort of cardboard or particle board, something like that. Still, explosives are scary. Be careful.
Somebody.
But Brandon, you must say, we haven't really had anything too close to a Darwin Award winner yet. Hold on, we're getting there. This next guy comes pretty fucking close. Now for this next clip, we have a very snappily dressed gentleman who I believe is trying to work on his street cred.
Okay, Trey. Who gonna die today?
Don't do it. See this?
Don't kill yourself that dirty.
Chill out, man.
No, he had to leak that due to YouTube policy guidelines, but there's already some nefarious plans for this revolver that's now in play. Also, I'm not sure what the green rag is all about.
Yeah, what is
He might be getting into a St. Patrick's Day spirit a little bit. I mean, he looks like he could be Irish.
Russian roulette.
Jesus.
I got it on camera. I got that bitch on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this is gonna be the.
You got that bitch on camera.
Look at his face. You ain't no real nigga. Stupid, goofy ass.
Jesus Christ, just being roasted by your fucking friend. You just see that look on his face, though. That is the look of a man who came very, very, very close to accidentally ventilating his own skull.
Probably deaf.
I love how his friend immediately just goes into roasting him, too.
I got that bitch on camera. He almost died.
This is why we don't fuck around playing Russian roulette, kids. There is no winning Russian roulette. There's only winning a Darwin Award. Also, rip whoever's in the apartment above him, because he totally just sailed around in a residential apartment building. Did he not check that it would? Never mind. So yeah, as far as the 4 basic rules of gun safety, know your target and what's behind it. Treat every gun as if it's loaded. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot, and never point a gun at anything you're not willing to destroy. If you want to be technical, I think he just violated all 4 of these rules. And it almost cost him a trip to the morgue.
Well, and his ears probably still ringing from that.
Oh, right in the face. Yep, thank you.
Oh,
good. Good girl. It's okay, I'm not making fun of the ATF in this video. You're safe. You're good. Okay, that's gotta work. Now, a common thing I hear about these Darwin Award videos is that they give people anxiety, like these clips stress them out.
Yeah,
if that's the case, next time you watch a Darwin Awards video,
was.
you might want to have a can of Canadips CBD with you. Canadips now has their best flavor yet.
I guess I need Canadips CBD. Canadips?
Excuse me. Combining the southern juice of a Georgia peach with the soluble technology of Canadips CBD. You know
combining the southern juice of a Georgia peach.
And at the end of the day, it is just CBD, so it's totally cool for gun guys like us without having to worry about ending up a prohibited person. They're an awesome sponsor of the channel. We appreciate them, so if you want to head over to CanadipsCBD.com, they've got a special promo. If you want to take advantage of the Peach Pack, God, there's so many ass jokes to make here. You can get 30% off using the code GUNS.
The Peach Pack.
Yes, it appears they do know my audience. The code GUNS. That's 3 cans of the new peach flavor plus an unreleased green and gold snapback for just $35. Real talk, the Canadips guys are actually, they've got a pretty cool brand and they've been really cool to work with. So we like to keep our good sponsors happy. So of course I'll leave the links down in the description and the pinned comment if you want to check them out. Remember, use the code GUNS, you get 30% off. Thanks again to Canadips for sponsoring the video, and now back to some crazy shit. Now these next 2 videos are from the current Slavic heavyweight match going on between Russia and Ukraine. It's a crazy situation going on over there, but it's not made any less crazy by some of these Darwin Award candidates. Now, for example, what would you do if you saw that a rocket landed in the middle of the road and somehow, by the grace of God, didn't go off? If your answer is run up and kick it, well, you're like these guys. That is unexploded ordnance in the middle of the street.
Is that a flip phone?
What are you doing?
They're just actively fucking with it. Now, this video, of course, has been making rounds on social media, but I felt the need to comment on it. It's embarrassing. I feel like I have to. Unexploded ordnance means that there is still an explosive inside of it. Just because it didn't go off doesn't mean that it can't. The shit people do for Snapchat clout. Now, this video you might have already seen, and if
the
not,
dude was like digging in it. Like,
what?
what?
All about fucking with landmines. Don't. But this guy, upon seeing a landmine in the middle of the road, decided to take matters into his own hands.
No, you don't know how big that explosion is gonna be.
He picks it up out of the middle of the fucking road.
Oh, what?
And carries it off into the woods.
With a cigarette, dude!
Jesus Christ.
What are you doing?
Now, there's a couple things about this video that I'd like to point out. One, look at the state of this man's cigarette. Looks to be pretty fresh, which I'm inventing a story in my own mind that may have happened, where he decided before he picked up a live landmine, you know what, fuck it. If I'm gonna go out, I'll go out with a cigarette. Hey, Ivan, got an extra cig? You're probably better off going out with a cig in your mouth than what they'd call it in England. What makes this video crazier is I know a lot of landmines, maybe not this one in particular, I'm not sure what that is. A lot of landmines, though, have anti-vibration sensors. Meaning that if people try to fuck with them, or a tank is, rolling, not quite on it, but next to it, they will still go off. You know what? I refuse to even call this a fucking Darwin Award. This guy's just got balls of steel. He might be dumb, he might be brave, he's possibly both, but holy shit, man. The only thing concerning about this is we don't really see the end of the video. So hopefully this worked out okay. Now this next clip is what appears to be a police shooting range in either Russia or one of those Eastern European countries. The reason I say this is this fine madam has a Makarov, a weapon of which I'm not shy about saying I'm quite the fan. What they lack in Mostoppin power, they more than make up for in just being sexy guns. But our eyes in this clip should be on
Brandon, you dog.
Officer. Now, I'm going to preface this next bit by saying I'm sure there are plenty of amazing women in law enforcement all around the globe. Female cops who know the difference between, for example, a Glock and a taser. But let's see how this goes. So she's loading ammunition, and desk pops immediately into the desk. Oh wow, like she actually did a desk pop. Like, not popping from the desk, but popping into... That's impressive. A feat rivaled only by Twitch streamers. So she clearly had one in the pipe and didn't realize that, you know, because she had the magazine out of the gun could still go off. It's a negligent discharge, not too special, but I just had to include this clip after what happens next. So you see here, everybody's holding their ears. Somebody comes over to investigate what the fuck just happened. Unfortunately... she has her Makarov on a lanyard, so when she walks away, it drags the gun behind her. Thankfully, this officer comes in.
No! If that had still been
fucking tool, I don't understand the need to leave.
That's
the gun,
terrifying.
like immediately, just like walk away from it. Considering, you know, the gun's fine. The gun didn't do anything wrong. The gun did exactly what it was designed to do. It went off when the trigger was pulled. But yeah, having a negligent discharge and then dragging your gun around the office loosely on a bungee, not a great call. Thankfully, it appears the only injury is pride. I'm sure plenty of people right now are disappointed. Oh, nobody's died in a graphic fashion yet. For one, if you're looking for snuff films, YouTube might not be the place to do it. Secondly, as we've pointed out before, there are multiple ways to win a Darwin Award. You don't necessarily have to die. Just remove yourself from the gene pool. Just like the point gun at Venus trend that we talked about in a prior episode.
Oh, God.
No.
Which, now that rockets are freely floating around certain parts of the world, has gotten a little more extreme.
No. Uh-oh.
But again, while we have had real Darwin Award winners on the show before, the big opportunity here is just to talk about gun safety and whatnot, while looking at some really fucking anxiety-inducing cringe clips. But don't worry, the best is yet to come. Now, this next clip I can only describe as an accident with Mexican shotgun fishing. It appears to be two Hispanic men fishing with a shotgun. Now he's got the barrel in the water.
Ooh.
And if you've ever seen Looney Tunes, you saw where this is going.
Oh!
Yeah, go ahead, flag your friend while you're at it. Did you see the end of that shotgun barrel?
That is
it
insane.
Cartoonishly splayed open. This is because of overpressure. See, guns can fire underwater, but that really only works if they're fully submerged. You see, when you just have the end of the gun in the water, then you have a very big mismatch of pressure.
Yeah.
When that pressure gets too great, things take the path of least resistance. In this case, the gun. Didn't end up badly in this case,
and everybody
but
just
Kentucky Ballistics has
laughs
showed
at
us
that.
what happens when sometimes you overload pressures on a firearm.
Oh.
Big difference in pressure between 50 BMG and a 12 gauge, but still, you want to avoid trying this one at home.
Yeah.
Although shotgun fishing sounds kind of fun. Just make sure you do it above the water. Now, before we move on to our next one, I will warn you, while it's not terribly graphic, your mind can kind of go places and fill in the gaps of what happened, and it shows what happened. We'll probably have to censor a little bit of it just because YouTube's weird about that, but it's more of the implication. You'll understand. So this one is from a celebration in Mexico a few weeks ago.
No.
There's some carnival festivities going on involving cannons, when one of the cannons apparently does not go off. So this gentleman comes up and tries to help his buddy out and figure out, okay, what's wrong with the cannon by moving it. Not the biggest deal in the world, but the problem is how he goes about it. So let's see how this unfolds.
Oh, God.
So he walks up to come rotate the cannon.
No.
And puts his hand directly over the bore. That's hard to watch. When it comes to working on a cannon, there's certain things you absolutely do not do. Putting your hand over the muzzle of a loaded cannon is one of those things. Even the guys that are loading the cannon, like the dudes with the ramrod or whatever, you kind of want to be as hands off as you can, just in case whatever's in that cannon decides it wants to violently come out. You want to preserve as much of your hand as possible. Putting your entire hand over the bore.
Yeah, what the fuck was he doing?
That's a bad idea.
Now, since this was like a celebration kind of thing, there was a very, very, very low chance that there was actually a projectile in this cannon at all. Doesn't really matter in this case because even if it's just shooting a blank, it's, you know, a celebratory load of gunpowder, you know, lots of smoke, fire, all that good stuff. When you're shooting a blank but you cover the bore, your hand becomes the projectile. And I've got a decent bit of experience with cannons given that I've been doing stuff with them for over 10 years now. I also own a small cannon, and we even did a cannon video with Mr. Beast. So that in mind, I can confidently tell you that what we just saw there is close to a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You can even say that his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's blood on his sombrero already, hand spaghetti. Yeah, I already know I'm going to hell. It's
holy
shit.
If
you thought it was a little funny,
Brandon.
I'm happy to know that despite the loss of a few digits, this guy
I love
did
the
end up
woman
being
that just walks to the left up here with
but
the
it ends up being a great teachable moment,
doesn't even
not just for cannons, but also for any sort of explosive.
I mean, I assume that. I guess part of me thinks that you would watch videos like this in a gun safety class. I mean, like when I took driver's ed or boater safety, like you look at the bad, you watch bad things that can happen.
Right. But gun safety isn't something that's like regulated state to state or country to country or like.
Well, it is. I mean,
I'm saying like I don't know because I'm not sure what like where exactly the celebration was being held, but like clearly there was a
well, yeah. I mean, people just makes. Yeah, people make. Yeah. I mean, that's just. Oh, that's so awful. Oh.
And firearms. Beware of the muzzle.
I still feel that.
That's where the bad stuff happens. So if you don't, you might end up like a friend here who came to celebrate Cinco de Mayo and left with 0 de mano, which I believe makes him our first ever reverse Darwin Award winner. Thanks to a brief moment of stupidity with gun safety, this man is gonna have to get laid from now on because he is never jerking off again. Now I'll take this second to remind you, if you think you've got a good clip for the Darwin Awards, be sure to let me know. Go ahead and send me a message or put it over on the Reddit r/Brandon Herrera. It's misspelled on purpose. I know we've lost the first one because, well, Russ. If there's anything you'd like to add that maybe I forgot or missed, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And if you liked or learned something from this video, be sure to please subscribe.
Oh man. Woo! That was
rough. That's rough.
I mean, that was like, again, I think that was good to watch. Like, it's always good to be aware, especially if you're using firearms. Like, I think to me, it makes it very important. Because you need to know how to be safe with things like this. Definitely anxiety inducing for me.
To say the least.
Especially when you know, like, something bad is going to happen.
Yeah.
I almost get that with like even like fail army type videos where it's like
where you just
know it's going to be bad.
Brandon was even self-aware in saying like, you know, I can feel the anxiety of the audience watching this.
Yeah.
Like, it's a disclaimer in this video.
Well, that's almost where I think the dark humor maybe a little cringe at times, but also is in an effort to lighten the mood of something that is otherwise just like
the event already happened, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like
I still fall maybe more into the cringe camp, but
the cringe camp, it is.
But I guess I say that to say I get the intention behind it.
Yeah.
I honestly I thought that was like, I'm interested to see if you liked us watching that video because I would be interested in watching more stuff like that. I mean, I think it's
you guys.
It's less of like whoa, that was awesome, which is a lot of the stuff that we watch, and more like
well, that is something. That is something to digest right there.
It was, it was like,
it was like, yeah.
Well, it's just more that like frightened, like anxious. That I was saying, like it honestly makes me think of like watching Soviet Womble because the
in Alien Isolation.
It's like because the whole time I'm like, no. Very different context, but similar like
similar feeling,
tension.
Similar emotional
damage. Yeah. What a change. So the last video we watched was try not to laugh. And then we jumped into this one, which was like, try to breathe.
Yeah. Try to in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Yeah, so let us know in that comment section what your thoughts are. We'd love to hear that. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything else. And go check out our links in the description down below so you can stay tuned to what we are up to. With that said, we'll see you next time.
And just be safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe.
Yeah.
Be happy, but be safe. Because we here at Chicago, we care about you.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next time
on Chicago Reacts.